There you go. Back it down now. Okay, what am I doing for you today?
Making it look decent. It's got to be.
Making you look decent. You look decent already. Let me take this out so it doesn't hurt you when I'm trimming hair. How much are you looking to have off?
About what it were before you did it last time.
Oh my goodness. How long has it been since you came? Was it like 3 months? 4 months?
No. May, I think.
May?
Beginning of May, because I went on my holidays at the end of May. Something in May. It's on the card.
I'm just trying to think whether it was like the end of April, beginning of May.
Possibly at the end of April. No, it must have been April. So I went to Greece on end of April.
You say, I can't remember doing your hair in May.
Must have been end of April then, because we went to Greece.
So on the top, do you want about that much taken off?
Yeah, fine.
Yeah? And taking it, I'm going to do this again.
You can do what you like.
Oh, I love the earrings.
Maybe back for next week.
Are they mother of pearl?
No, they're opals.
The opal?
I got them to match this. My grandson bought me.
Oh wow.
That was nearest I found too.
Well, that's beautiful.
Yeah, well, this one's when I was 80, I think.
When you were 80? You don't look 80.
Oh, thanks. I'm 86 next month.
Oh my goodness.
It's my birthday.
Your birthday.
Yeah.
Okay, so with your hair, do you want it completely round your ears or just across the top?
Just do what you like. What's the easiest for you?
It's not what is easiest. I told you this last time. It's not what's easiest for me. It's what
Well,
you want.
I don't care.
So did you enjoy Greece anyway?
Road, yeah, it was cold.
It was cold.
Well, we couldn't go swimming only on the indoor swimming pool. And the last day there was absolutely freezing.
Really? That surprises me.
It was really windy. And it was a bit too early in season, I think. Because, yeah, it must have been end of April. Because season didn't really start till the week after.
I've only ever been to Zante in Greece.
Yeah, I've been to Zakynthos.
Yes, the Kinthos.
Yeah, well, I've been there.
And it was so windy, but it was in 2004. I'd been to America in March, so we went in June, and it wasn't really that hot, but it was windy.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't even hot. I think highest it was 23 degrees one day.
23 degrees?
One day, the rest of it was 21, 22, and with it being breezy.
Yeah, it was about 16, 17,
Yeah,
isn't
yeah.
it?
In the sun it was fine. But we didn't dare go in water, and it's one of those places where there was water everywhere. Right up, every room had water on the ground.
Oh wow.
There was water like everywhere. You had water outside you on your balcony,
Yeah.
or whatever they patio type thing. And nearly every place had that. Very, fancy outfit. It had only been opened just before lockdown. It had been opened.
All right.
A year before lockdown. And I think everybody. I know we went to Cyprus at the same time. 5, 6 years since when we got married.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful there, but the water wasn't cold because everything doesn't heat up till May.
Yeah.
That's sort of when the season starts. I know my nearly granddaughter went to the Kintos. It was October.
So on the swaps market, where people are employed and paid huge amounts
It was end of season, it
where
was
interest rates are going to go.
so everything. I mean, we couldn't book much,
Yeah.
and then we didn't get it. We were going to Athens for a day trip. We didn't get it because only me and my granddaughter booked it. Oh, it cancelled it.
We when we went to Kintos in 2004, it was the same year that Athens had the Olympics. So all the building work that was needed around the hotel, there was scaffolding and all that, there's no builders. And I asked them why, and they said all the builders from all the Greek islands were taken over to the mainland to build the Olympic Village because they were behind. They were like 6 months behind.
I know it wasn't, it was beautiful weather, but I'm not into the sea.
I don't go in any ocean.
No, me neither.
There's too many things that can eat you.
It's not that I just don't like the sea, so
No, I don't. But there's too many things that can eat you.
yeah, there is.
It's like when I found out about this submersible. It's like, but why? Why would you go into?
Farming, don't you think?
There's no way to direct it or anything. It's all remote controlled from the surface, and it's like.
They seem to have found them where they are or something.
I still think they're stupid for getting in there.
I know, but of course they are. I mean, people do a lot of stupid things, don't they?
Yeah.
Just for, half of it's just for adventure, I suppose.
I mean, £245,000 to go in it, to go down and see the Titanic.
Why would you want to?
Exactly. There's plenty of pictures of the Titanic.
Why go down and look at it?
Yes.
And risk
Why?
killing yourself?
Yes. £245,000. No money in the world would get me to do that. One, it's in the ocean. Two, it's...
I wouldn't be down in a submarine anyway.
Yeah, and it's so claustrophobic. I'd probably like have a huge panic attack.
I've been in a submarine only when it's been in dry dock.
No.
I've only been to look at it.
No, never been inside one.
But Concorde, everybody used to go on and make such a fuss about. Have you ever seen it?
I went to, in 2020, I went to Duxford.
Yeah.
And they said that they could like get, because I can't climb that many stairs.
Yeah.
They said that they'd get the lift in so that I could get up to see it, and it was like the queue was so long. It was like, no, I don't need to go and see it.
I don't think you can.
I would. My husband and my niece and her husband went up to see it.
Disappointed.
And they said it was so narrow and tight that even with my walking stick, I would still have to walk sideways.
Yeah, it was disappointed.
Yeah, and because I was having a really bad day with anxiety that day, they just said you'd get in there, then you wouldn't be able to step two steps in front of you because you'd freeze because of your anxiety. So yeah, it wasn't. I saw it from the outside, and that's all that matters.
But and the inside's disappointing.
Yeah.
I know I went.
And that was a lot of money. Was it like $4,000 to go?
To fly.
Yeah.
And that wasn't worth it either. I mean, it was a lot of money, but even then.
Yeah.
So it didn't last long, did it?
No, I think it was like.
Commission.
I think the last celebrity I know of gone on the Concorde was David Beckham, and it's the only last one that I knew of that we'd just come out of the World Cup. I think it was in France, and the Spice Girls were playing in Brooklyn. and or round there, and he got the Concorde straight to them because he had death threats and everything.
Oh God,
That was years.
he
and years.
missed the kick, didn't he?
Yeah, he was laying down because someone just fouled him, and he just pulled his leg up, and he caught the other guy, and he got sent off for it, which I don't think was very good.
No, I think it's pathetic, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And
I'm
that
a
was-
football follower.
I'm not a football follower, but that's one thing that actually stays in my mind.
I thought he missed the penalty or something.
No, he was fouled.
That weren't that horrid.
No, he was fouled, and I remember he kicked his leg back,
Yeah.
and the person who fouled him was there, and like, he would have got an Oscar for his performance. The other guy.
Yeah, they were good at that time.
Yeah, and then David Beckham got loads and loads of
Abuse.
hate mail.
Yeah.
Then someone was down where he was from and put what was it, an effigy of him, and they hung it. And they just said, this is what's going to happen to you if you ever come back to this part of London. And so yeah, he went straight to America. Just don't blame him.
No, I don't. He was there for years, wasn't he?
Yeah, it all settled down, and then
Yeah.
he came back with Victoria. I think they got married later.
Yeah.
That year or the year after.
Because that's all. The kids are grown up now.
No?
They call their eldest Brooklyn.
Yeah.
What daft names.
Brooklyn, Romeo, Cruz, and Harper.
Have they got four? Are they all boys?
No, Harper's a little girl. I think she's 11 now. I know Victoria was pregnant when Prince William got married because she was there.
Oh yes, she were, weren't she?
Yeah.
I remember that. That were in 2011.
So Harper might be 12 now.
Oh.
I know we had a huge garden party for his wedding.
Brilliant.
Yeah. We were working when Harry got married.
Oh, he's a precious person too.
Yeah.
Rats they are between them.
One of my friends, she was doing security at his wedding. It was like, where was you? I was watching it, but I couldn't see you. Excuse me, I've got hair on my face.
It does get everywhere, doesn't it?
Yeah. And she goes, oh, I was in one of the other streets. She goes, I think the carriage came round to see us. We didn't see anything of the wedding. We had it all on big screens.
Yeah.
Well, what was the point of going then? It was like, oh, the atmosphere was amazing.
Well, it is a 10-year-old do, isn't it?
Oh yeah. But I think she got bussed there for like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And she was there until at least 6.
At the afternoon.
Yeah.
You can go to the woods with it. All over one of them in the Busby hats when Queen coronation.
Yeah.
And just stood there. And they kept fainting. No, they didn't. It was raining on her. They weren't happily fainted at. Then he said,
Coronation was raining, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Oh, it did rain at that, but there was another one when he was stood and he sort of flaked down.
My cousin was on the steps of St Paul's Cathedral when Prince Charles married Lady Diana Spencer.
I watched that.
Yeah, I
I
watched
have watched all right.
Yeah,
I like watching them.
I like watching them because you get to see more.
Yeah. And I love all programs they put up telling you.
Yes,
about.
definitely.
Royalists or whatever they call it.
Yes, I'm a true
Patriotic,
royalist.
yeah.
Yeah, true royalist.
2 of the 6 children killed that one day.
But when again, they're only human like the rest of us. they can make asses of themselves.
I got quite annoyed. You know when King Charles, it was just, I think it was the same week that Queen Elizabeth died,
Yeah.
that he had to go around and sign new things, and that pen leaked all over his hand. And they went, oh, King Charles has had a temper tantrum. His pen leaked. Why are you calling it a temper tantrum? It was like, oh God.
They do, especially if it's an old one, it's probably had it donkey's years.
Yeah.
Because they are something you keep.
Yeah, and it was like, Queen Camilla was just going, it's all right, we can wipe it off, it's all right, we can wipe it off. But, and then people go, oh, King Charles has had one
tantrum if he wants a temper tantrum.
It was like, number one, his mum only died 2 or 3 days earlier.
And
he's not grieving because he's going around talking to everyone and signing all this thing. And it was like, give the man a break.
Yeah. But I can't say that I've ever took to
I believe
they've got what they wanted in the end.
I believe true love prevailed.
With them, yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
I think it's unfortunate
yeah.
unfortunate, but the old style of Princess Diana is.
It ruined her.
I think it made her, and
yeah, it did eventually.
yeah, it did make her, and that. She was only a child. I mean, I was 19 when I got married.
Yeah, I were.
But if you have a 19-year-old now going to go get married, why? You're too young.
Yeah.
Even now, it's like, wow. And it was like, oh yeah, I was 19 when I got married. I've been married 30 years next month.
I were married 41 years when he died.
I know you were married a lot longer than what I was. I got married in 93.
Oh God, I was married in 56.
I really don't like this black foam, I keep dropping it. Yeah, I was married 1993 and I was 19. In the August I was 20.
I think I'd just gone. We were married at 1st of July. I've been 19 4 days.
Well, we'd actually planned our wedding and started paying bits off to it, and then my mum and his mum went, I'm glad you're organising your wedding, but don't you think you need to get engaged first?
I never got engaged.
And it was like, oh, okay. And then he went to Ireland for Christmas. His brother was in the army, and he came back and he asked me to marry him. It was like,
yeah, he'd just come out of the army. He came out of the army in March, and I met him and we got married 1st of July.
well, Michael asked me to marry him 4 times. Twice I turned him down. And it was like, no, you're still married. No.
Really?
He was.
Oh, God, you got
His wife had actually left him when I met him. Or his first wife, I should say, actually left him. And yeah, it was hard for him to go through. But I'm glad she did. So now I got him.
When it got me to go, I mean, you know, I knew the day I met him actually.
I
And
did.
he did propose there with me.
Michael asked me, the first time he asked me to marry him was when we'd been going out for 3 days. And it was like, no, you're still married. I think he was like 2 months later, it was like, no, you're still married. And then the day that the absolute came through, he said, do you fancy marrying me now? And it's like, ask me again in 6 months. He asked me again in 6 months and I said yes. So I only turned him down twice.
My sister had got married November 55. And because I wanted to marry say, year after, my dad says, we decided I could wear our wedding dress up in England, no chance. I tried to stop, and I'm told my sister was stubborn. I'm on the big bus, so I filled this wedding dress, I overfilled it, and I looked like, oh, why not stop at Christmas tree? It sort of just flowed nicely on her, but she was smaller, and she was shorter. And it went to flow, it just come to my ankles, and I thought, no, I'm not going to. So we went to register, it said, sorry. They signed, well, I got my dad to the wedding dress. My dad sort of couldn't have cared less, he went having to pay for it altogether. So, we just went to Birmingham.
I had my wedding dress made for me.
Well, I wasn't going to wear my sister's. I thought that would mean a little.
My uncle, he actually paid for me to have my dress made. But when we spoke to the seamstress, it was like, my uncle won't leave anything between that dress and or them patterns, and she can have it. And it was like, okay, thanks, do I get a choice? And it was like, yeah, that one or that one.
That were no choice, don't worry.
So I got Japanese silk. I had it imported from Japan. And like when you looked at it, it had a blue tinge to it.
Oh, I have got mine in a suit. Like a, what do they call it? Not a, it's sort of an ivory colour.
Yeah. Mine was, I went for the sleeves of the first dress, the bodice of the second dress, and the skirt of the first dress.
Oh, nice.
So it was like a bo
It
peep.
was a one-off.
It was a one-off, but it was a bo peep style. So, but it had the big butterfly sleeves like Princess Diana had.
Yeah.
And then it just come to my toes. I didn't have a train.
No, my sister did. I think she had like a skull cap thing.
Yeah.
And Juliet cap, they call them, or something, really bit of a veil.
I still
But
got my
I
wedding
wouldn't,
dress.
like I said, she looked fine and beautiful on my sister. On me, like I said, it looked like I'm going on top of a Christmas tree. Because I never could wear frills and fancies and stuff like
No,
that.
I
still don't.
the
I'm built
plainer
wrong.
the plainer the outfit, the better I
And
look.
in them days, I stood out because I was taller than most girls. Being at 5'9", and it were a case that I was going to stand out looking like a.
Well, I'm 5'1" and a bit,
My mother was that.
and my husband is 5'10", so there's a great big gap between us.
Oh, my husband was same height. In fact, if I put heels on, I was bigger than him.
On my wedding day, normally you only wear a kitten heel, don't you? On the wedding day, little tiny heel. My heels were like that, and he was still head and shoulders above me. So
Or if I'd have worn heels, and I got some ballet shoes and things. Only thing were, after they were sort of wide, and I looked like I got 2 feet long backyard. But I had them down, and they looked fine. Otherwise, they'd have just been in back of wardrobe for the rest of their life.
my mum's wedding dress was turned into my christening dress, and it's beautiful. My mum had, instead of having a veil, she had a lace hooded jacket. So it came round, and then it came and it done up here.
Yeah.
I can't remember if she had it in the sleeves, but then it went down into a train. And my auntie made it into my christening gown. And I think.
But you were an only child?
No, my sister was christened. She was christened in hospital. She was born at 24 weeks and 5 days. So they didn't think that she would survive the night, so she was christened there and then.
How heavy was she?
My mum said that they weighed maybe a bag of sugar. That's how they weighed her. My
Well,
mum,
she survived.
yes, she survived.
My eldest son is still around.
Yeah, my sister's still around. Yeah, she was born with quite profound learning difficulties. But my mum had placenta abrevia.
Oh God.
So,
My sister hers was stillborn though. At 9 pounds something. She had all sorts wrong with it in my sister. She had more time in hospital having that baby, and then it was stillbirth, and it was strangled with cord coming out.
they from what my mum remembers is that my sister was born and they just went, yeah, stillbirth, put it in a metal dish and put her on the side. And then my mum said that they were working on her for about 20 minutes, and then a nurse turned around and went, oh my God, that baby's moving. And then they started working on my sister.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was, I think she had her first brain operation when she was like 2 or 3 weeks old, because she's got severe water on the brain.
Oh dear.
She had, I think it was, my sister's older than me, so I'm just trying to remember what my mum said. I think Carol had a full blood transfusion by the time she was 2 years old.
Desperate then.
Yeah. I know on her first birthday, she weighed £7 4 ounces and was 22 inches long.
Oh, my son, he was 3.5 pounds roundabout, so they told me. He were £6 £8 when he was 6 and 4. He never seemed to grow at all.
No.
He was terrible. And he wouldn't eat.
Oh God, Carol doesn't eat. She can just.
Had to squeeze the bottle.
Carol still refuses to eat. She was diagnosed as having anorexia. That now they call it anorexia, but they recorded her as failure to thrive and refusing to eat at 3 months old.
Oh, that were a bit.
And even now, she'll no problem stop eating now.
Oh, well, my son, when he did finally start eating, he needed a mechanical trouble to feed him. He was terrible. And he still eats like that.
I've known Carol to hold a pea in her mouth for 4 hours.
Oh, no. Tony were the exact opposite. Once he started eating, he just couldn't feel it. But he's had chest problems all his life as a child.
Yeah.
And then he had a spare to nosebleeds. Oh, God, we were a nightmare with that.
I've had my nose cauterized about 4 times.
Yeah, Tony, he
Hot
don't
weather.
need injector go over, and there he is, bleeding.
I remember when we was in London, we was looking at the butcher's window, and it was like, Mum, can we have them? Because I think it was lamb chops. The next thing I know, the butcher's picked me up, carried me in, and stuck me in the fridge. And I had all these like carcass, I freaked out. And next thing I know, like my mum's standing there, and like he's covered in blood, I'm covered in blood, mum's covered in blood. It was like, oh my God, he's gonna kill me. My nose was bleeding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to go to Mayday Hospital and have my nose cauterized.
So it used to be like jelly on his pillow. I bought a set of bedding that I could wash and dry every day.
Yeah.
Pillows and mattresses. Nobody could just happen. Like I said, the jet flew over.
Yeah,
and
they reckon that mine was due to the heat. So if I get over hot, then my nose would just start pouring. And if I get too hot now, my nose stops bleeding now. I've never been one that can like the heat. I don't like it too hot.
He was suffering this weather.
Oh God, yeah. Yesterday I got in the car and it said 22 degrees. I took Mum out, and by the time we like finished doing what we wanted to do, I got back in the car. It was 34 degrees, and like I've had
need that, what they call it, air conditioning.
yeah, it's called opening the windows.
Yeah. Oh, and it's not same as air conditioning.
No, I've got a blower and that. I've got an older car.
Oh, I see.
My car is a 2004. It says AC on it, but there's nothing that can be regassed or anything.
God, it got me.
So yeah, I've got a sunroof and I've got windows that I open. Noise is detected in subset. Follow the noises then.
Well, that's what they were trying to locate it when I watched it. Earlier on. Oh, it's the longest day today, isn't it?
It is summer solstice.
Yeah.
Apparently the sun's not going to set until about 9:30.
Yeah, that's what it said. 9:29 or something.
Yeah.
They said.
And then tomorrow it'll be like 25 minutes past 9 and it starts to get dark.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
2 minutes, you lose 2 minutes a day.
Yeah.
So I think it's September when it really when you notice it, and then
October we drop
that's
it now, well, don't we? And then by October it's like starting to get dark about 4 o'clock, isn't
Yeah.
it? And then
do you remember trying to do the double summertime?
Yes.
Way back in 60s. Oh, that was a nightmare.
I remember in the 70s, like having got all of the summer, no power cuts, winter comes, October comes, and all the power cuts happened.
Oh yeah, 1974.
77?
Again.
Yeah, I was born in 73.
Oh, they had power cuts by so many days a week, you know, and they were all. What caused that one? I think it was miners again.
Yes, 77 was the miners because everything was electrical and run by mine, like coal.
Yeah, but we had a bad winter in 74 as well. That's when they rationed it and they didn't like, you could only have factories and stuff could only have electric for this and so many hours and so many days.
Oh, I don't know that.
I can remember 3-day week because I worked in the factory and we only did 3 days because that's when you had electric.
Yeah, I remember that we owned